It's a very simple salad. It's got some bread in it, it's the freshest tomatoes that you could possibly find, some cucumber, the freshest cucumber you should possibly find, some basil, some Parmesan, some onion, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and salt and pepper, of course. Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to start with your tomatoes. So then you take your tomatoes and then you add them to the bowl, just like this. And if you can dice the tomatoes about the same size that you can dice the bread, it just makes it easier to eat with your fork. And these are called German pink tomatoes, and they're just really sweet and earthy and just great tomatoes. The next thing we're going to add is fresh basil, and then we're going to add the cucumber, just like this. And I'm a big fan of using local grown ingredients, so you can find all of these ingredients this time of year at your local farmer's market. So I would recommend that's where you should get everything. Some onion, just like this. And then we're going to take some balsamic vinegar, like this. Just going to go ahead and start tossing this together. And the best thing to do is toss your vinegar in with everything first. This will help release some of the juices from the tomatoes, and that's what you want in the salad. What also helps do that is adding a little bit of salt. So, and this is kosher salt. I'm not a big fan of using iodized salt. I just like to keep things very natural and very pure. And then here's my bread. I wanted something that was very rustic. So this is what was a ladder bread is what we were calling it. And it's really rustic. It's got big hunks of roasted garlic in it. It's just something that reminds me of my roots, my strong Italian roots, and it's something that I grew up with, which is heavy flavors and very rustic. And you can tear this apart and eat it. You don't really have to cut it this cubes and fancy like this. You can just tear this up and toss it in the olive oil if you like, and just toast it. But you need to toast this for about 10 minutes before you do that, before you toss it in the salad. So then all we would do then is just take some bread and then toss it in here with the tomatoes, and then virgin olive oil. And this is from Spain, actually, not Italy. I like some of the Spanish versions. Then we just take this all together. And for me, it's never enough olive oil. It's one of my favorite things to eat. Some black pepper. And it's just, the smell is just so fragrant and just so summery and just so beautiful. You can let this sit for a few minutes. Let the bread absorb everything that's in here. And it's just topping it with some shredded Parmesan cheese. I really wanted to base everything on using local, fresh, honest, hearty ingredients, and I think that's companion bread. I mean, I haven't had better bread in the city of St. Louis.